Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie, and it's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have Final Fantasy Dissidia event. Kind of came out of nowhere, called Training's End. I actually remember hearing about this like as soon as it came out, but had not remembered it before then. The low stamina costs may be an odd thing, and as a matter of fact, the fights here are more or less... There's Dissidia's bad audio balancing. They are more or less copy and pastes from the previous Dissidia event. For instance, the ultimate here is just the Terra Cloud fight again. The double plus being the Bart's Zidane and the Apocalypse being Squall. Just a sec. The caveat here is the part 2. These are Broken Soul battles. All these, if you remember this from Gilgamesh, they are fights where you get no meter at all. Ever. You don't start with meter, you never get meter. So, the trick is, how good is your ability hones? How good are your legend dives? That's going to determine how far you get. Though, I'm fairly sure that the ultimate double plus can be done without dives of any sort. Okay. Yeah, it's a big thing that I'm going to bring up when we get to that point. That the Broken Soul fights are super break vulnerable, which makes them very doable. But first, we actually have to get through these normal, air quotes, normal versions of the fights. I'm not gonna lie, I just copy and pasted my teams from the previous event with slight modifications. Mainly the fact that there's no synergy here. Well, the big thing that made Squall way easier, and not a lot of people that don't look at the numbers don't realize this, he had half the HP. Normal Squall had 680,000. Broken Soul Squall has 330. I think making him 50% break resistant and leaving him with maybe about 480,000 would have made that a pretty challenging fight, actually. But yeah, I think with the 300 and the 20% break resist, he is going to be piss easy. Hey, Cosmic. Not much, we're just getting started. I am looking for a reins. Give me a reins. Where are my reins at? Close. There we go. It's me, the guy who really likes Dissidia's original songs. The remixes are hit and miss, but I feel like the original songs are usually pretty hit. And I'm usually not one for the whole just chanting sort of songs. Did I do any draws on Banner 2? Nah. Festival's way too close, and Festival's going to eat the majority of my mithril. If I want to do all the draws that I want, I need somewhere between 325 and 375 mithril, mattering on if I pull on the 33 draw twice. That's a lot of mithril, and I got, you know, a lot of stuff to make up. On top of that, I do want to do a draw on 14 banner next week, so that brings that mithril total that I need to acquire up to a possible 425, and I don't think I'm going to hit that. Have I played NT? Not yet. I played the both of the previous Dissidias, and that's actually, fun fact, playing the original Dissidias is really what super started to get me into Final Fantasy. I kind of fell off around 12, and then playing Dissidia was like, yeah, I should look into Final Fantasy a bit more. The only thing that the jumpstart for Type 0 requires is remember that when the boy gets knocked down, he gets up way faster than the jumpstart. He's only down for about 2 minutes, or 2 seconds in game. Aside from that, no elemental damage from you is needed. He deals fire and lightning, and that's about it. There's no status effects, there's no piercing attacks. Yeah. Just know that he has the stagger mechanic with the thing that has like 30,000 health, so be ready to punch that as soon as possible, and then have somebody immediately follow up. Reflex Shield is extremely useful for the jumpstart because his stats are in the 20s of thousands. Her. Shinryu's a Type 0 Shinryu's a lady, I always forget that. Anyway. Right off with the ultimates. Let's get a move on. Also, yeah, Furion. Dissidia is what made me like Furion. Like, what's this character's gimmick? All the weapons. He has every weapon. Anywho. Okay, so these two are coming in with their usual gimmick of being weak to dark. Terra is entirely magic, and Cloud is entirely physical. Cloud ramps up over the course of the fight, like time-wise, turns he takes. He will eventually limit break, and then limit break again, and each time he limit breaks, he unlocks more moves and hits harder. Terra, as you decrease her HP, will unlock better spells, things like Meltdown and Meteor and what have you. Meltdown being extremely hard-hitting fire magic, and Meteor being percentile damage. I don't know. I can't respect this remix anymore after 14 fucking hit me with the baller one. Alright, our team is almost fully operational. I think that's about it. We're just gonna lingering spirits until these boys are dead. Boy and gal. We might actually be able to DPS Cloud down before he even limit breaks the first time. With the proper debuffs from dancing, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Plus, Sid Raines is casting extremely fast. Ah, there's first limit break. I always love this touch that his aura actually becomes more ridiculous every time he limit breaks. Limit break level 2 Cloud. The aura is just gigantic. And it's honestly hilarious. Alright, we'll probably get hit by like a meltdown or a meteor pretty soon from Terra since she's in that magic range. Excuse me. Luckily, having a whole back row team really sort of negates a lot of the threat from Terra, or from Cloud. Flare though, yep, there's that damage. That's pretty standard ultimate damage. Meltdown would probably hit the whole team for about 1,000, but I doubt we'll see it. Nah, magic pixels, both of them. There we go. Done and done. I once again want to apologize ahead of time for the audio balancing of Dissidia events. It's never right. Alright, and I decided that this is actually the best way to do this, is to just jump right into the Broken Soul fight. So you can see the contrast. So, again, differences are going to be, we don't have soul breaks at all. That usually doesn't matter too much for me. But also we have set roaming warriors, so I'm not going to be able to do the whole Sid Raines strategy. Not that I would be able to, because their weaknesses are actually different. Terra is weak to ice in this one, and Cloud has no weakness. So as such, I had to build a completely different team. Also, as referenced before, the bosses are only 20% resistant to breaks, as opposed to the usual higher number, 50%. And we'll be taking tacticians. We'll probably be taking tacticians on every one of these fights. Now, due to the mechanics of Broken Soul, things that really, as mentioned before, things that really shine out above most other things, aside from like gear and what have you, is legend dives. Because for some characters that will accrue you things such as double cast, which, let's face it, just straight up doubles your DPS. Squall's BSB2, I'm not going to lie, is very much a reason that I am staring at that banner too and fighting not to pull on it. I also only have like one item on it, 2 items if you count Shout. So it's not a bad pull for me, but... nope. Festival is too close. If you have 5 dupes, do not pull. 5 dupes is entirely too many, especially them not being 6 stars. Yeah. Yeah, you understand. Because DT, I don't need them. I would want the items, they're nice. 1 or 2 of them would help me get through Magicite maybe, if I was lucky enough to land those 1%. But I don't need them. Also, yeah, knowing my luck with my 5 other Platinum Blades, I'm going to go 111 Platinum Blade. I know when to stop. Anywho. So, round 2. We need to get our defenses up ASAP. And once we can get these magic buttons done, which will ridiculously reduce their stats, we'll pretty much be in the clear. I need to emphasize how strong 20% stat reduction is, or 80% stat reduction, 20% resistance. We haven't seen this in a bonus fight in perhaps, I don't know, 2 years? Like, this amount of reduction ridiculously nerfs the damage output. And, like, as you can clearly see by the fact that I'm really not taking any damage. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a better summon on Yuna. I'll just have her recast the Roaming Warrior, because why not? Shins is the hero of the people, yours and mine, friend forever. Trust in the boy, for he trusts in you. Ah, Blade Beam. We didn't see Blade Beam in the non-broken version, but Blade Beam is actually Cloud's most dangerous move because it's long range. Ah, Tornado. Tornado, aside from maybe Meltdown or Meteor, is Terra's most dangerous move because it's percentile damage. No way to mitigate it. Well, except for wearing KO resist, of course. And that should be win. Ooh, maybe win with a sliver? Nope, okay. Cheers. I say as I spill coffee on myself. No, like seriously, I did spill coffee on myself. Give me a moment, I'm gonna wipe off a few instruments. No, no, luckily I didn't get any on the keyboard. I just need to wipe off the mute button on my headset. That's about it. No, yeah, I love Broken Soul because it makes the really stale meta of this game and completely turns it on its head. Kasumi, I can confirm I just did a 50 pull on Banner 2 and got Platinum Sword out of 11. Yup, that sounds about right. Also, yes, condolences. I laugh, but I feel your pain. God, the pinnacle of plunder and pursuit is such a good name. But yes, it is Zidane and Bartz. For those unfamiliar with the fight, Bartz hits like a truck. Zidane steals your stats. The multiplayer menu is just gone. I need to see this. Holy shit! My god. Look, everybody that went, you know, Platinum Sword and nothing, don't worry, you're just saving your luck for later. Anywho. Zidane and Bartz. So, Bartz hits you really hard and buffs himself. Zidane hits fairly hard and debuffs your party. Zidane does stuff like slow and sap and things like that. He'll steal your stats, which is why a magic team is actually kind of preferred over a physical team because he does a nice little attack defense down. Both are weak to dark though, so y'all know what that means. I'll never leave global. Mainly because I don't feel like playing. I don't feel like starting a new account, eh? Fuck, what was I doing? Yeah, okay. Soul breaks, yeah, they honestly feel like a hamstring sometimes. Like, take for instance, what's it called? Edge. Being a ninja, Edge more or less needs both of his slots taken up, but he also needs the in water from his VSB to do damage. So I always feel like he's not dealing as much damage as everybody else at times because he takes so much longer to build up. Also, I don't hate Massive Explosion. It's alright. No Deckham, I think that's what it's fucking called, probably had the best original song, but I think Massive Explosion's okay. Now, for this fight, you can go one of two ways with your accessories. You can either go KO resist, or slow resist for Zidane's many slows, or you could be a risky boy Gods on Fire. That's what it was. The Dodecum one is Gods on Fire. So yeah, slow resist for Zidane and his various ways to slow you. Or, I already did the screenshot, didn't I? Or you can go, what I'm doing, an instant death resist, because hopefully Zidane isn't around long enough. And I'm going instant death, because using magic causes your boy Bart to counter. A Prompto dive sounds very strong. God, I love that. Okay. That. Debuff them. I want to run a similar thing where I hit him first. Memento Mori there. I don't know why I put Dark Zone on her instead of the proper move. Now, you could not run a tank like I am, but so many of Zidane's moves are tauntable. Pretty much anything that isn't one of his AoEs or Mug is tauntable. And just negating one of the damage dealers in this fight is super useful. Also, different from the previous fight. So with the Cloud and Terra fight, you could ostensibly DPS them down separately, and probably recommended to do that. Here though, you want to DPS these two down pretty much at the same time, because they share HP breaks. Which is to say, they will both transition at about the same times. So, it's in your best interests to keep them even. Plus, with somebody taunting in the front row, they pretty much take as much damage as somebody in the back row, so. If you weren't going the taunter route like I am, one bit of recommendation would be to bring a summoner, perhaps somebody with Bahamut or Omega Weapon. Those are both very good options. Well, that's a shame. Luckily, he does have God Mode on. Well, I just hit attack down. This may get a little tricky. It matters on how many people this slows. Ooh boy. Well. And piss. Their stats may actually be a little bit higher on this one. So I may actually want to go that summoner route. I think I just need to DPS a little faster. Yeah, I'm feeling that a little bit. Alright, well. Let's reboot that. And try again. Oh. Something about that didn't boot up right. Anyway. What, sort by magic? You're tanky, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Yuna has a little bit lower, but you... Whoa, your defense sucks. Kara, why is your defense so bad? Probably because you're not dove at all. You're kind of dove, but you're not dove as much as Yuna. Lower HP, but way higher defense. Sounds good to me. Oh, it's because she has equipment on. Yeah, I'll take it. Optimize. Ooh, right. Just gonna optimize her for mind. We need her optimized for magic. Oh, that's because Echo has equipment on. If I were to, like that, and, you know, see Terra's there, and then Echo is whoop, down here. Okay. Baja Blast and Ultimate Weapon. Okay, whoa, hold up. Fucking my brain. Actually, I recently got a materia that should be pretty good for this. Who dropped that one? I can't even remember. There it is. Oh, it was, One Blanc. Yeah, if I need a flat summoner, Yuna is my best. Well, she's soon to be over overcome by what's his name? Your good 14 boy Alfnod. Oh, actually, get your face out of my head makes 100% sense. You can't stop thinking about somebody's face, so get your face out of my head. I actually like that line. That's me. To each his own. That's what I would say. Okay. Switch this one over to training 6. You can hear an error noise as I overwrite a picture. You would think that this song would get old for me, because I've been playing a bunch of opera. Oddly enough, no. I have a theory that if we ever get Alice, she is going to beat the Spellblade for 14. And that will probably get her in a Stormblood event. No Legend Materia? No. I purposely limit myself a lot. Alright. Second time's a charm. Now here's a song that I can get behind because Dissidia somehow found a way to make the normal FF5 battle music not suck, which is a feat in and of itself. Oh, I don't mind FF5 music in general. I actually really like FF5. I just find the boss music to be maybe one of the worst in the series. Oh, did I forget to... Ooh, I forgot to Memento Mori on him. I'll have to do that real fast. A little bit of lost damage, but should be able to make that up. But T5 makes up for it, and the XF music is fantastic. That might be a dead idea. Okay, we're good. In the clear. Well, possibly. We do need to get a heal on her. Yeah, not enough of a... Oh, and there's that idea. Running some troubles this time around that we never found the first time I ran this. And of course, Mug is a 100% chance to slow. This is a dead run. Raise is pretty worthless for the most part in Record Keeper, because when you get raised, you don't have any stat buffs on you, or normal buffs, so you generally fall immediately. You know, when I first ran this for the previous event, didn't have this much trouble, but also in that event, you know, Team Dark characters were getting record synergy, so we were making up some of the mileage that way. A little harder this time around with that lack of synergy. Also, when that fucking happens, yeah, game. Thought that was necessary. You might actually get knocked out from cards. No. No, it's fine. There's a lot of like really obtuse mechanics that the game never really does a good job of explaining. I love that. Yeah, this fight is Pretty rude. Very extremely rude. Ugh. Something about that fight, or that song, that track right there, doesn't like it. One small change. Oh, you have to realize something, like, explicitly about me. I'm doing this wrong. By which I mean, I have removed so many boons that the game gives you. To make this more reasonable for, like, newer players to be like, ah, I could maybe pull that off. This fight is just exceptionally rude. I usually do not have much trouble with ultimate double pluses, but two boys hitting you this hard, this fast. It's very rude. I'm not using Command 1, I'm using Command 2. Because you want to keep the boys even. Okay. Hopefully giving Yuna that little bit extra boost of magic might help out. But we'll see. Numbers should be bigger. The numbers could be bigger. But this is the world we live in, the numbers that we live with. pretty much this fight, due to the amount of AoE and just really beefy hits, like True Blade of Legend effectively deals 5,000 damage, which is over a couple of people, and then Shift Break comes out here and deals a ridiculous amount, but across your whole party. It's just a pretty rough thing overall. However, this is going a little bit better. Yeah, Light of the Force, so we want to use a good shit on Crimbles. That move. Honestly, I've gotten to the point where if the two on the bottom die, I really don't care. They've mostly done their job. Maybe one of the better people to get hit. All right. Just need slight adjustments. Now what if my fucked up way of doing fights was the intended way? What the? Alright, so Broken Soul. Again, big differences here. They're way more vulnerable to breaks, so use that to your advantage. Zidane is now weak to Earth. Bartz is weak to Lightning. They are not both weak to Dark anymore. They are weak to different elements. Build accordingly. And because I saw it mentioned earlier, here are my general rules. I actually have very specific rules mattering on the difficulty of a fight, on what I bring and what I don't bring. So, Ultimates, no Synergy 5 stars, and no Soul Breaks. So what that means is I can bring a 5-star equipment as long as it doesn't have synergy. This doesn't count like reinforced stuff, so if something is a 6-star or 7-star, but it's a 4-star plus plus plus, that doesn't count. You can get that through the gacha. Anybody can have that. It will take time, but you can get that eventually, so that doesn't count. And it goes without saying, any ultimate fight is no soul breaks, except for a weak Medica. And that's a very last-ditch effort situation. So, ultimates are no synergy weapons that are 5-star or higher. Ultimate pluses are 1 synergy 5-star weapon. Ultimate double pluses are 2 5-star synergy weapons. That's pretty much it. It's not too overly complex. It's just a lot of limits. I usually don't bring legend materia because that takes a lot. Unfortunately, I can't undo legend dives, so those characters still end up being better. Apocalypse fights are a little bit different. No restriction on equipment because they all at this point are expecting you to have good shit. The big restriction on Apocalypse and Apocalypse Pluses is only super soul breaks or lower. No bursts, no ultras, no overstrikes, no chains, just super soul breaks or lower. That's pretty much the general restrictions. And the main thing again there is because outside of ability hones and what have you, I try and make these fights adaptable to most people. I should also mention it's kind of less of an issue, but my rules for bonus fights, extra fights, the plus fights, the plus, 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 and triple plus can only use characters that get realm synergy and only 4-star or below abilities. Still doable, still extremely doable with those restrictions. Mind you, I usually have level 99 characters, but little things, right? Things you can't undo, so I have to put ridiculous limits on myself. There's something good nearby. Did you know? Alright. Let's see how much work this does. Wow, affliction break should never hit that hard. Yes, we have kitted our party out. This is a big mention for this. Since I'm going physical, we've kitted our stuff more towards the slow resist because we're not going to be triggering the instant death stuff. And that's what 20% break resistance is difference of. Look at that damage. Like, the big thing to take away for the Broken Soul fights is that you need to take advantage of their 20% break resist. Don't try and like go crazy like you would any other fight. Yeah, I didn't even realize I brought Bards versus Rugs. Because right now I have I have 3 different attack downs on them. I've also brought an answer for all 2 of Bart's buffs and Zidane's unique attack defense one. God, this is so much easier. Here, with the weighted training gloves off. Should probably, yeah, take this in, because we're not going to get break resist this low, like, probably ever again. Let's be honest here. Ah, the move. He didn't use Mug. Foolishness on his part. Mug might have saved his life, but now he dies. That new move, Tremor. Does he even have Mug in this? He has not used Mug or Steel Stats yet. I'm curious if he even has Mug in this version of the fight. Did they really make the Broken Soul fights that much easier? Well, either way. So much easier. Ugh. Getting a little coffee on my end. Like, not the drink, like, coughing a bit. Take a drink of normal water. And that could be it. He could be using forced actions instead of his actual HP triggers. Or, he's using HP triggers instead of the Mug move. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Okay. Final fight. Pinnacle of the Gunblade. So, for those unfamiliar with Squall here, and why he is a right fucker, so, aside from his normal attacks, all of his attacks ignore defensive resistance. That's it. That's his gimmick. Defense means nothing against Squall. To counteract that, he is weak to every element. The big thing to note about this is Ultimate Blasting Zone deals about 6.5k. So, make sure all your characters have 6.5 health. Excuse me. Because if they don't, they're gonna fucking die. Oh, I love this fight. This is such a great gimmick for a fight. The only time this fight was bad was when it was a Crystal Tower fight and you were restricted to a wall roaming warrior. That was the only time that this fight was poorly designed. Aside from that, it's fantastic. I love it. Yes, he's also immune to breaks. That is the other big thing. I will actually be taking this for the haste, the other things, and protect to make other things a little bit more useful. I fucked up. There we go. Welcome to the stream where I just hum fucking Massive Explosion over and over again. Sorry, I like the song. Oops. Music? Fucking what's that? Okay. Let's get these images up and throw ourselves into the lion's den. Let me take a quick drink of water, just because my throat is killing me. Something is bothering me lately, and I don't know what it is. Was the pun intentional? Yes. Now, again, we don't get anything from the protected shell in this, but 30-30 in haste is extremely powerful. Oh no, he's got a gun! Yeah, this remix is pretty alright for the extreme. I appreciate the trumpets. Alright, the moves. The moves have begun. Yes, so now you are seeing the amount of damage that Squall normally deals. Oh fuck, I put entirely the wrong move on Lightning. Oops. Well, we'll see how far along I can get with the wrong fucking move. Gotta keep to my fucking guns though, I'm not using it. I will not betray my gimmicks. Oh look, I accidentally chained in a USB as well. What the? Oh, I'm such a fool. Yeah, we've entered the blasting zone, danger zone. So the only real difference here is that Lightning would have done that SSB that enlightens her, which would have done some considerable damage and also would have made her Thundering Twin Strikes do more damage. But we'll see how we do without that. Dawn Junction Meteor, which is just an attack boost. No real worry there. But we have entered the true Blasting Zone Alley. Let's go. I believe for 3 turns in a row he does nothing but Blasting Zone. Oh, Rough Divide is the first move. Okay. Then I believe he does Blasting Zones. I know we're about to get fucked up. There we go. See if we get this mitigation up. Oh, hell yeah. Fuck him up, Noctis. Oh, fuck. Oh, piss. Woo! Gotta love that fight. That's such a good fight. But what if? What if we did it wrong on purpose? But actually. So I'll mention it here, and then I'll probably mention it in the fight too for the video. For the chopped up video, that is. Broken Soul. God, I can't believe they didn't go with False Start. Why Broken Soul? Anyway, just a sec. Broken Soul Squall. Big difference is actually can be hit with breaks. Only 20%. That's the Broken Soul joke. Gimmick. The other thing is that he has about half the health. He only has 330,000 as opposed to the 680,000 that the normal version has. So, they definitely want you to be a bit more aggressive against him, which I might be doing. Newbie, you don't have a healer. None of those people heal. What the? The flooded engine. So I have about a 40% chance, maybe more so, that Edge is just good to go after his first move. I'll probably miss it. I have missed it a lot doing Magicite stuff, but we'll see. We'll see if Edge goes off the rails right at the start. Whoop! No. There we go. I mean, I'm also doing this as a joke, but also I think this will work. Like, if it doesn't, I'm going to sub in somebody for a healer. I'll probably sub out Rafa, since she doesn't have double cast. Everybody else has double cast of some sort. But, yeah, let's see where this goes. The question is, who casts it? I think it's actually Edge. I think Edge actually casts the Soul Break. But anyway, here we go. Oh no, I know who does it. Okay, got it. Squared away. I forgot about that. Yeah, so if you bring Dissidia opponents to this fight, Squall actually reacts to them. I completely forgot that was the thing. And I think I only got one mirror image, so we do actually have to hit mirror image again with Edge. I don't think I definitely did double cast, and I don't think I procced a mirror image. I wasn't paying 100% attention because I was looking at my abilities. What are double casts? Fuck it. Who the fuck double casts? You don't need that shit. Game. Game. There we go. And then tap him. Yeah. I didn't mention it in the video like I said it would. But the reason why he explodes like that is because, again, he is only 20% resistant to breaks. And he has half the HP. He only has 330,000. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Broken Souls would be a little bit harder, but they were pretty easy. Maybe easy isn't the word, but simple. Definitely simple. Just a second. Let's take a look at some banners. For sure. Alright, so first up, I believe this is the Dark Side banner? Yes. Okay. So, Chain Break for Garland. This is pretty similar to Kane's Chain Break. No special abilities or anything on it, like nothing that buffs the party or anything like that, but hits 22 times, so after you cast this, you are going to buff everyone's dark damage by 42%, with the chain buff and the 22 hits that the chain itself does. Pretty nice. It's the physical dark chain as opposed to Seymour's magic dark chain. Yeah. It's a dark chain. Soul King is 10 ranged physical dark non-elemental. Reduce delay the user's action for 1 turn. Temporarily set the user's crit hit chance to 75%. Raise attack and defense 30%. And reduce the delay of the user's actions for 1 turn when he uses a dark ability. The only downside of Soul King is that physical dark has a bit of a problem to it. What with the HP loss that it inflicts on yourself. That said, it is a dark boosting weapon for the 2 characters that can use dark abilities with a Blitzball. But if you can find a way to mitigate that HP loss from the physical dark abilities, this is a fantastic thing that will keep you dealing a ton of damage over the course of a fight. I think the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't in dark. Yeah, it doesn't in dark, but he gets that boosted crit chance. Yeah, there's a comment. Dread Weapon is an ability that exists and will do the work that you need for this to hit hard. There is also, I think it's like Dread Scythe or something like that, the physical version of Dark Zone. So there are those moves. They do exist and will facilitate that break. Whale Whisker is 6 magic dark. Give X-Death the Grand Cross status, which is draw in magic, or black and white magic, absorb them, pretty much negate them. It's runic. And raise mind and mag of all allies 30%. This is probably the end-all be-all really good mage buff. The fact that it is a mag mind 30 with the runic ability attached to it and a bit of damage just to top off the things that this does. The only thing that I would say would make this better is if it darked him instead of, I don't know, like the damage. But yeah, no, this is a fantastic, fantastic break on a pretty solid character as well. Character. X-Death is very versatile with both darkness and black and white magic. You can pretty much do whatever you need him to. The only thing he's lacking is summon, which is just a big loss for the character that can do anything. But yeah, no, a fantastic thing. The runic on it sells it enough for me, honestly, and then you get that nice party buff. It's very good. Ruin Unflinching is 10 physical dark, reduce the delay of the user's actions for 1 turn, infuse dark, and I think also attack defense 30% and reduce delay when using dark actions. This is take off the crit, add an in dark, you got jets on a weapon that is a bit more versatile but doesn't have out of realm synergy. You're going to be able to chain dark moves very easily with Gabranth, and honestly I've seen this used to ridiculous effect in multiplayer fights. Ruin Unflinching might be the best physical darkness break in the game right now. That is until like we get shit like Dark Cecil's USB that makes the bad dark moves usable. But for now, this is pretty good. Harness the Fiend, which is 8 magic dark, in dark, enter burst mode. Command 1 is 2 hits, and mag steal 10%. This stacks up to 3 times, both a debuff and buff on Kefka. The big thing to know about this mag debuff / buff is that it stacks with everything. It's a unique modifier, so you can magic breakdown and do this to stack magic debuffs on an enemy, or do a magic buff, a flat magic buff on the party, and have Kefka doing this to stack a magic buff. It doesn't have the nice thing that Zidane's Solution 9 has, where you can give that magic buff to the party, but still, stacking a magic buff on your caster is very nice. And then Command 2 does 3 to 6 hits, mattering on the number of stacks that you have. A big thing to note about this is stacks are not used up upon using Command 2. So, you can do Command 1 3 times and then Command 2 twice. And I think that balances out to decent damage. I think the multipliers on that is really high, so as long as you're not hitting, like, you wouldn't have been hitting max damage with any other command or any other move. If this hits max damage, you're gonna make out. It's a bit much of a build-up. I usually let Zidane's build-up slide because it gives your entire party a nice physical buff. This is a bit much of a build-up for me, but it's also still pretty good, all things considered. It should also be noted that it is Dark Poison. Even though it isn't in Dark Burst, it does do poison damage, which is a little rare. Pretty fucking rare, all things considered. But it also doesn't do non-elemental, so if something is Omni-Resist, you're going to find yourself wanting. That said, still pretty good. Force Symphony is 8 Magic Dark, Imperil Dark, and enter Burst Mode. Command 2 is a 2-hit AoE. Command 1 is a 4-hit single target, increased damage if the user is doomed. That's it. It's a bit of an early burst, but the damage on the commands, to my understanding, is extremely solid. Also, I'll never turn my nose up to a Imperil. Those do good work when comboed with somebody doing in dark. Speaking of oddly good, but very tricky to use, Soul Breaks. 0 form Particle Beam is 6 Magic Dark to all enemies, a Mag Mind boost to the party, but also doom them. And then enter Burst Mode. Command 2 is 2 Magic Dark with a Mag Defense Bargain. Command 1 is a 3 single target and boost darkness abilities. Very good to chain into actual darkness abilities such as Dark Zone and Dread Heal, Dire Heal. The doom is 30 seconds that this causes. It is extremely risky. This is the riskiest of risk moves because it pretty much puts a 30-second timer in game time on your party. It is to note that it is a dark boost outside of Realm. Though I find weapons with dark boost on them are a dime a dozen nowadays. But hey, maybe you don't have one. You know? This is good for certain, like, Magicite dungeons, especially the Holy Magicite. It is definitely the go fast move. I don't like it because I usually play the long game. I usually play much longer runs. I don't aim to end fights fast, except for when I do. But yeah. That said, it's still pretty decent. Neo Black Hole is 6 Magic Dark to all targets and lower their dark resistance. Command 2 is afflict the user with Doom, deal Magic Dark non-elemental to all targets, and temporarily raise the user's magic moderate amount. So Command 2 is an AoE single hit Memento Mori. Command 1 is a 4-hit single target, more damage if the user is doomed. Here's a fun fact, I own this and didn't know that's what Command 2 did. I thought Command 2 was just a 2-hit AoE. But now I know. um, Still, nonetheless, that Doom, having that on a command allows you to bring something other than Memento Mori. Maybe you bring Dire Heal and Shelga, because remember, Xdeath is one of our most versatile darkness users. With White Magic, Darkness 5, and Black Magic 5. And the Command 1 has a very high multiplier once you are inflicted with Doom. Staff again is the Dark Booster, which is very useful. Alright, let's get into Legend Materia. Infused with Dark. Well, who saw that one coming? Also, is that Dark Resist? Okay. Minor Dark Resist. Oh wow, Infused with Dark with Minor Dark Resist. Oh, a little different here with Kefka. Chance to double cast Dark. Oh. Anything that deals with Darkness ability, deals with Dark element on these characters is pretty good. Obviously, Kefka kind of has the outstanding one because double cast is way rarer. But starting in Dark is fantastic, all things considered. I think in Dark usually lasts about 25-30 seconds. So that'll last about half a Magicite fight for you, for, you know, frame of reference. And can just start you off doing pretty great damage without having to get a burst off or a break in general. Double cast though, definitely probably more useful. Just out of the gate. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between the two. In Elements definitely increases DPS a lot, but double cast, if you're lucky, are the game maker right there. Oh, another one. Oh look, it's Start in Dark. It is Dark Element, I believe, for Kefka. Let me just double check that. Offensive Dark abilities. And it has the Dark Element on there instead of the Darkness icon. So yes, it is Dark typed abilities. And then bringing up the rear is Power of the Void, which is a very nice magic resistance buff. 30% on both. No, wait. No, it's a 30% magic and then I think like 15 resistance, 20 resistance. Still, it's a stacking mind resistance buff. And Avenger, which I believe is just an Indark. I believe Gabranth has the most ways to Indark out of any character, which both of those things are also Dark boosters, so keep that in mind. What can I say about this banner? Hey, do you need dark damage? Here's the banner that you pull on because it's all dark. Nothing on here is really a stinker. This is all pretty good shit. It's just all dark. If you are like me and have an abundance of dark shit and probably have multiple items on this banner like that one, and I think both of these supers. No, I don't have Avenger, but I have this one. I only have 2 things on this banner. But if you're like me and you have way too fucking much dark, like I think I have 7 ways to Indark a character, you might not need to pull on this banner. But if you are lacking in the dark category, this is a fantastic banner to pull on. It's pretty much like they went out of their way and, like with that water banner, they released a dark banner. That's pretty much what happened. Oh, I'm about to buy gems. Nah, not even a 4-star. Alright. Oh, let's start talking about this actually first. Let's just get this out of the way. Oh! you for the bits, Foozle. Let me get that screen back up. With our first item. So, whereas the other banner was kind of just the overall good dark banner, this is just the good banner. Starting off with double edge for Titus, it is the water chain. That's going to start a water chain with 11 hits and reduce the delay of all allies for 2 turns. So everybody go fast. What can I say? Water chain. Fuck yeah. It's an extremely good burst, even without the water chain. Just party-wide go fast 2 is very strong. Forbidden Power for the Onion Knight. It's a 50% attack boost, 50% crit boost, crit chance boost, haste on everyone, and ninja mode for the Onion Knight, which is, as he casts abilities, he go fast. Every time he uses an ability, he goes faster and faster and faster. It's Shout Plus. It's Shout with crit fix. It's very, very nice. The inverse of that, we have the Sage move. It's an attack mind and resistance 30% boost. That's right, yeah, defense small is 30, medium is 50, large is 100. Right, I fucked that up before. Anyway, Mag Mind, resistance 30% boost, offensive casting time reduced for 3 turns, grant haste, and Sage mode, which increases the caster's magic and increase black magic damage. Again, kind of gross, maybe a little bit. Yes, Cosmic. Should emphasize, you have 5 dupes. This is a bad banner for you to pull on. Yeah, I wish they would just give percentages so I wouldn't have to remember that shit. Here we go, Ultra Cross Slash. Deal 5 physical wind, dark attacks to 1 target. Temporarily set the user's crit chance to 100% and enter Soldier Mode. In Soldier Mode, increase physical damage by 30% and the user can break the damage cap. It's the burst, it's the break that broke the meta. Steely Blade. 8 physical ice non-elemental to 1 target, temporarily infuse the caster with ice, enter burst mode. Command 1 is deal 2 physical ice and increase junction by 1 level, up to 3. Command 2 is 4 to 7 hits, mattering on junction level. It's the best ice burst in the game. That's it. Battle Cry. Temporarily raise the attack of all allies a large amount, infuse the user with Holy, and grant haste to all allies. Enter burst mode. Command 2. Charge the user's soul break gauge a very large amount. Command 1. Deal 5 physical Holy non-elemental with an insane multiplier. Does not build soul break gauge. This is the thing that we have to emphasize here. With that command 1, on Warrior Dance, the multiplier on that is gross. Utterly gross. It makes up for that by not building Soul Break Gauge, but that's what Command 2 is for. It's Shout Plus. It's Shout Plus in a burst mode. Shout 2, the Reckoning. Asylum. Maybe the worst item on this banner, and that's fucking saying something, isn't it? Restore a large amount of HP to all allies and grant them a barrier that negates damage 30%. Enter burst mode. Command 2 is a Cura level Medica. Command 1 is a Curaja level Heal instant. It's the most basic ass Medica, but it still stands the test of time because of that stone skin. Still really good though, and the only healer thing on either of these 2 banners. Arc Blast. deals 5 instant ranged physical attacks to one target, lowers its attack and magic and defense 50%. Enter burst mode. Command 1 is a mag 50% down. Command 2 is a defense 50% down. Both reduce casting time at about Thieves speed. If you're up against something that does magic damage, this is the best burst to mitigate its damage. You're going to be hearing that phrase a lot, where this is the best. Onion Cape here is the Onion Knight gets 2 instant casts. There you go. Get his stuff all fast. He go fast. He go fast. He do his thing fast. Titus, start the fight in watered. For the only character in the game, or one of the few characters in the game, that can actually double cast water abilities. Titus, coming at you strong. Also, it's a small boost to water, which is pretty fucking rare. Start in iced. Well, he can use snow spell to begin with, and if you have any breaks for him, even better. Begin the fight with a full ATB gauge and remove the delay from the user's action for 1 turn. Now, most material like this usually give multiple turns. Yes? Just having full ATB and firing that off immediately is stupid. It's really dumb. And then, for some reason, they placed a USB at the bottom of the list here. It's really fucking weird. But, you know, deal 6 instant physical and remove delay from all the allies for 1 turn. Really weird how that ended up at the bottom of the list instead of the top of the list. And shout. It's shout. It's the thing that shifted the meta originally from mage to physical. And there you go. Here's probably one of the grossest banners that we will see ever for a long time. There are multiple things on here that change the meta of the game, as well as things that are just really good buffs to characters, such as Brigadine and Onion Cape. Because remember, you can use these for roaming warriors. So even in a broken soul fight, these are fucking fantastic. Damn. I couldn't luck out today. Well. So. I want to state my final point on these 2 things, just as I'm getting some indigestion again. Banner 1. Outrageously useful if you need dark. It's dark. It's the dark banner. Banner 2. Just the all-around extremely good banner. The only reason I would say Hoofa maybe hold it back a bit is because in about a month and a half we get the fest. We get the 3rd anniversary festival is going to start up, and there's going to be a lot to spend mithril on there. That said, if you have excess mithril, like I kind of do, but I really don't need anything on these, I could probably use that water chain, but that's about it. It's not a bad idea to drop a 50 on here, as long as you don't have that many dupes. As soon as you have like 3 or 4 dupes, I would say don't drop anything, because then you're going to get dupes. And then you'll feel sad. But if you have like 2 items on this banner, it's a good chance that you'll get something pretty meta changing. Or at least, even if it's not meta changing, you get like Vaughn's BSP, which is very powerful. I can't stress enough how strong that thing is. But yeah, it's an extremely fucking good banner. And that's about it. That's all I can really say. I think I'm gonna do my outro. I don't think we're on Bravery Day, right? I think we're on... Yeah, we're on Spirit. I eventually gotta get a video of Bravery. Don't know when that's gonna happen, though. So, that's it for Training's End. Broken Soul was an interesting gimmick, though maybe a bit easy. They definitely, I think, nerfed those fights a bit too much. Next time, I kind of jumped the gun on it in the previous video, but next time we have Final Fantasy 14. Finally! Here again, 14. The King God of all Final Fantasies. And I'll see you then.